Kawaii Cross! Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another requested reaction, and it's another comeback that we are catching up on, and we will be reacting to Up Tension for the very first time on this channel.
Yes. So, this is our first time reacting to Up Tension on this channel, but we are familiar with them. They recently had a comeback called Spin Off, and we are catching up on it because this came out the first day that I was gone for vacation. So here we are now. Let's go, I guess.
We've seen the teasers?
Oh, yes, and now let's go. Lots of glamour shots. Oh. Right away. Just like...
Oh, that was really interesting.
It's very synthy.
I feel like it should be like the finale number in like a 70s movie or something, like 80s movie or something. The beginning, I was like, oh!
Ah. I was like, oh, this?
When the lights went out, or off, on, what? Kaleidoscope.
Where is this?
I don't know, but it's a really cool set.
Because it kind of looks like DDP, but I was like, nah, but it's not. Yeah, it's very like 80s-y. Kind of the colors too.
Yeah.
With the brighter colors.
There's just so many glamour shots.
Silence. Kind of silence. Yes, silence. This is like the... I don't want to say like when you're underwater in a video game, because I always say that. But it kind of feels like either like a space movie or like the racing movies, like the futuristic stuff, like prep thing. Training montage? Prep montage? Like that, the music for that. Maybe it's also because they keep like running everywhere, moving around.
Oh. What was that?
Is it space? Is it space? Oh, the very future-y. Oh, electric. That's new. Oh, that also is new.
Oh.
Are they? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's the outro instead of ending on the chorus. Oh.
Yeah. TOP media. The first time that we watched this, I wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics, I'm not gonna lie. I was just enjoying the vibes, man. I was dancing along. But then I went back and actually read the lyrics and also was researching more about the song. And understand now that it's about like new beginnings, overcoming difficulties, like celebrating new beginnings, which makes sense. Like it feels like a celebration, you know? That would also explain all of the running you were talking about and you're like training montage, running. But one of the things I noticed about the choreography right from the very beginning was that they had some pretty interesting formations and like pretty interesting ways to play around with each other. I mean, the beginning is a great example because it literally, when I went back and watched the full dance and not just the music video, it looks like they're making a star and that he's like moving it around and then he like steps through it. And I was like, oh, so it's like you're coming out of your star. Like it's your new beginning. Like you're entering into this, right? Interesting formations all throughout it. I remember another one specifically in the bridge, which was more of like a very asymmetrical positioning around the stage. And they were weaving in and out of each other and like interacting with each other, partner dancing, that sort of thing. I enjoy that, especially when a group has a larger number of members because it means they're actually using their members instead of just being in the same formations all the time. Something else that stuck out to me was the move that they always said on the Jigunbuto now spin off, where they open and then they close it, and it sort of felt like we're showing you what we've got, but like we're gonna take it away, and then they like kept showing it to you. And the one that stuck out to me specifically was right after the bridge, before the final chorus and before the outro. Put your hand out. Xiao puts his hand over Huani's, and then they open it and like close it together, and it was like...
Wait, let's try that.
Okay.
Like
so
this?
You like open and then close. Okay, so they do that, and it just really stuck out to me since the meaning of the song and like album and all of his promotion is like new starts, new beginnings, like celebrating. It was like starting it together, so that really stuck out to me. Something else I noticed, there's also like they obviously had the larger movements, but we interspersed like little small ones, like a little shake of your hips or something to highlight different lines in the song, so that stuck out to me. The overall feeling when I was watching it, I was like, this has so much energy. Like it really does feel like a celebration, so it made a lot more sense after I read the lyrics and was like, oh, I get it now. But yeah, it's got so much energy, and when I watched the live stage, like you can feel it rolling off of them. Anna's turn.
One could say that they have very high tension.
Is the tension up?
Okay, so it is time for my comments, and one of the things that I wrote down, I also said in the reaction that you also said right from the start, the song is very like, here, high tension, yes. And it doesn't really let up ever at all. I think the only time it really lets up is the moment of silence right before the final chorus. But anyways, a few general comments about the song. Funky bass lines and synth lines galore. So I kept saying throughout the reaction like, oh, this is very synth heavy, it feels very 80s, because a lot of the instrumental really is just like layered synth lines. It has a very bright texture to it, which like talking about the meaning of the song and this comeback, like that makes a lot of sense, having like a brighter tone. You were saying it's like celebration. Also just like a lot of the colors that you were seeing in the music video is very sort of like not hollow, but sort of like that metallic sense, like very bright and light. But touching on the funky bass line that I mentioned but didn't really explain. Now I'm going to explain it. You really hear it in the chorus where the bass line actually is like moving a lot more, because like during the verses it's just like a basic like outlining the chords. The funky bass line during the chorus makes it more interesting. It's like different rhythms. Backtracking a little bit though for the pre-chorus, I mentioned during the reaction, I was like, oh, it sounds like they're underwater in a video game. And I say that in other reactions. What I mean by that whenever I say like, oh, underwater feeling is like a lot of times the synths that are being used, there's like more reverb on it and it feels more muffled. And also, not always, but often, and that is the case for this one, the beat divide changes right before that in the verses. It's not playing every single beat, but the more rhythmic line being played is sort of implying, outlining, feeling the 1, 2, 3, 4. But then in the pre-chorus, there is like a distinct hit of percussion on every single 2 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it feels like it's gone into halftime. So it feels like it's gotten slower. But that's only the first half of the pre-chorus. The second half of the pre-chorus, the beat divide happens again. More synth lines come in because they're building up for the chorus, which is very like, I don't know how to say it besides high tension. And then I kind of wanted to talk about the final chorus. So like I mentioned, there's like this kind of silence and then the final chorus starts. But the entrance of the final chorus, I wrote, it's lit. Because it's multiple voices instead of just one, and it's all these different harmonies in multiple voices, and then they also have like multiple people doing ad-libs on top of like the main chorus melody. I think I also said in the reaction at the time of the final chorus, they bring in an electric guitar line. I wish they had brought in electric guitar earlier, to be honest, because I think it brings a different texture to the song. Yes, you do have the electric bass during the chorus, but it's so much deeper, it sounds different. Like, I get wanting to like change the final chorus, so only doing it in that one, but I also really like the sound of the electric guitar. Lastly, I didn't really get to explain that I thought it was interesting that they did an outro, like ending on the outro instead of a final chorus, because instrumentally, what you're hearing is similar to what's been in the song before. I can kind of get it because the song has been kind of repetitive. And like I said, like the style, sound, energy level has been up here the whole time, like right from the start. So it is nice to end on something a little bit different. I just thought it was an interesting choice. But yeah, that's all I had written down in my notes. I don't know how to end this not awkwardly.
Alright, so TLDR is we just reacted to Uptension for the first time on this channel, but we were familiar with them before. Do not be mistaken. We were catching up on their most recent comeback that came out while Anna was on vacation, Spin-Off. It's just a very high energy up. The tension is up in this song to celebrate new beginnings and overcoming difficulties. And yeah.
That being said, if you want to talk more about this release with us, about Uptension, about K-pop, anything really, feel free to reach out on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!